guys, I'm Jen from KetoCookingWins.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make an amazing low-carb cucumber salsa. This simple dish is packed with crazy flavors. It's just going to enliven any dish that you serve it with. I love it with grilled chicken, but you can just eat it by the spoonful right out of the bowl if you want to. So stick around, and in just a minute I'm going to get started and show you how to make a low-carb, flavor-packed cucumber salsa. Alright, so let's get started making this delicious, refreshing, and low-carb salsa. We're going to start with an English cucumber. These are the big long guys that you see in the grocery store. They're usually shrink wrapped in some plastic. I like using these because the skin is edible. It adds such nice color to the dish, and there's extra fiber in the skin too. And the seeds are basically non-existent. So if you use a regular waxy cucumber, you get them for 35 cents each in the grocery store. They're plenty cheap. You cut them in half, and then you have to use a spoon to scoop the seeds out because the seeds are tough and fibrous and they're not really edible. Well, you can eat them, but they're just not as pleasant. English cucumber, however, you can use the whole thing. You just nip off each end and you're good to go. So we're going to start by doing that. I'm going to cut the ends off. Don't want that. And then just to make it a little bit easier, because it's pretty long, I'm just going to cut it in half. And then I want to get nice tiny dice. Knife cuts are important when you're making a salsa. You don't want it too big and too chunky. So I'm just going to cut my cucumber into thirds lengthwise like that so that I can get nice, even, little tiny squares. And then keep it nice and flat on your cutting board. And I'm making cuts lengthwise down the cucumber. And then I'm going to turn it and cut across to create little tiny pieces of cucumber that are going to go into the bowl. So I'm just going to finish this up. And that's it. That's it for our cucumber. You can see it now. I've got, probably 2 cups of diced cucumber in the bowl. So if you do use a different kind of cucumber, or maybe bigger or smaller, that's what you want to aim for. And this is a really forgiving recipe. You don't have to have exact ingredients. You just sort of go with my recommendations and then adjust it to taste. So to this, we're going to add about half a cup of bell pepper. I've got about a 1/4 cup of red onion. Here we go. Red onions are a little bit higher in carbs. So if you're doing strict keto or you're counting your carbs, you can eliminate the onion. It does add such a lovely flavor though. I've got 1 jalapeno diced up small. And those jalapenos and onions I've diced up really tiny because you don't want to bite into a big hunk of either of those. We're going to add about a teaspoon of minced garlic. I've got 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro. In it goes. And I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of chopped parsley. Parsley and cilantro play so nicely together. Use both if you have them. Don't like cilantro? Don't use it. You won't hurt my feelings. Okay, and then we're going to add the juice of a lime. So I would tell you to use 2 tablespoons of lime or 3 tablespoons of lime, but limes are all different. So that's basically what you're going for, is about 3 tablespoons. Ooh, this one's nice and juicy. I may only need half the lime. There we go. There are all sorts of tricks about getting the juice out of limes, but these little gizmos, these are the best things ever. You can squeeze that sucker till he's got nothing left to give up. That's it. All right. There's not much else to this recipe. We're going to stir it up, mix it all together, and just a word about salt. You are going to need to season it with salt. Isn't that pretty? Look how green and vibrant and fresh it is. When you add salt, the salt is going to act with the cucumber, and the cucumber is going to start giving off liquid. So don't salt it too soon before you're going to eat it. We're going to eat this pretty soon, so I'm going to go ahead and salt it. It's going to need a good half a teaspoon of salt, maybe a little bit more, but to taste again. But yeah, so don't salt it too soon or you're going to have a puddle of liquid in the bottom of your bowl. If you do get that, you can just drain off the liquid. The salsa is just fine. It won't be too salty. That's it, guys. That is the cucumber salsa, and it's fresh and it's delicious and it goes so well with so many different things. Thanks for cooking with me today, and we'll see you next time. That's so good.